4:30, and this is WKYT This Morning. A fire at a large farm in Woodford County destroys 2 barns. But will it affect the fall festival coming up there in a week?
A Pulaski County family is putting up a reward to find the person who hit and killed their son back in June.
And police are giving stern warnings to anyone who decides to dress up in a clown costume. We'll have that and your weather forecast on WKYT This Morning.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Bill Bryant, and it's so good to have you on WKYT as we open up the first day of fall.
Can you believe it? I'm Andrea Walker. It is Thursday, September 22nd. We're going to hit fall later this morning, but it's not going to feel like it for a few more days.
That sounds to be the word.
Right.
You know, a little more leftover summer, that's all right. Let's check in with meteorologist Micah Harris. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, we're in the 50s and 60s again, and again we're going to be in the upper 80s later on this afternoon. So there is just not much of a change in the forecast. Really tough to talk about these forecasts because they're all the same, and they're a very easy forecast the next few days. Now, once you get off into the weekend, into next week, that's going to change just a bit. Here's a look across the region there in the 50s and 60s, 89 degrees again this afternoon. Now, we're going to be talking about a couple of 90s here and there today and tomorrow. Your weekend forecast actually looks even warmer, but that's because that front is backing up just a little bit more, and that allows all that warm air to keep streaming on in. And so that front is going to be toward next week. That will bring us some showers and thunderstorms, and I'll show you when you can expect those coming up.
All right, Micah, thank you. We begin with developing news this morning. EKU police are investigating reports of shots fired near campus.
Police say it started out as a fight on 2nd Street just off campus. Police say 4 people in a dark Altima sedan drove off after shots were fired. EKU sent out an alert around 1:30 this morning urging students to stay inside. That alert has since been canceled and all activities will continue as normal today. We'll have much more on this situation coming up all morning right here on WKYT.
Working that story currently, and a lot more to learn, certainly. Well, a large fire tore through Boyd Orchards overnight just as the fall season is ready to start. Boyd Orchards is in Woodford County near the Fayette County line. The farm is best known for its hay rides and pumpkin patches during the fall season. Owner Terry Boyd tells us that 2 barns caught fire due to a possible electrical issue, and both are now a complete loss. Boyd says only equipment was in the barns, so there were no injuries. Despite the fire, Boyd says the farm will be back open today and will have no effect on his fall activities.
We're just hoping folks don't panic that we're in trouble here, because my barns are in trouble, but not our market, not our playground. Everything fall festival-wise is going on. We have all of our pumpkins, all of our apples are intact. There's just really, other than me losing the barns and a few pieces of equipment, there's really no issue with us in operation for our fall season.
Boyd Orchard's Fall Festival will kick off on October 1st. You said there's no good time for a fire like that, but it's a tough...
It's an especially bad time right now, yes. Yeah. Well, he was supposed to be in his last year of elementary school with his family set to celebrate his 11th birthday next month. But all of that was taken away in a moment.
It has been 3 months since Stanley Turner died in a hit and run along a country road in Pulaski County. After months of raising money, his family now has a reward for information to help catch the driver who got away. WKYT's Monique Blair has the story.
They say memories last a lifetime.
What are you doing there, Stanley?
And these are the very memories Stanley Turner's family
What are you doing?
will hold on to forever.
He loved life. They said he used to sing the loudest in church out of everybody.
Now nearly every day, Stanley's mom, his big brother, and his big sister come visit him behind the church that he loved so much.
This was his home. He loved it here. He never wanted to leave this place.
3 months ago, Stanley was hit by a car while he was outside playing with his older brother.
My 13-year-old boy found him, you know, and it's just really hard.
Stanley Turner was hit right out here on Rocklet Creek Road, and now his family hopes that by creating a reward, someone who knows what happened out here the night of June 20th will come forward.
Because he's my son. He's my baby, you know. I have to watch my other kids hurt every day.
With the help of the community, car washes, and an auction, Stanley's family has been able to put together $2,000. That money will go to whoever provides information that leads to the conviction of the person who hit Stanley Turner.
I have to hold on to some hope, you know, because hope is all we have left.
In Pulaski County, Monique Blair, WKYT.
And the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office tells us they do not have any new leads at this time, but they are still looking for a blue passenger hatchback-style car that possibly has Ohio plates.
For nearly half a century, state police have tried to identify a woman found murdered in Harlan County. Now they finally know who she is. DNA testing confirms the victim is Sonia K. Blair Adams. Her body was found along the Little Shepherd Trail in June of 1969. Adams' body was exhumed last year after state police were contacted by a woman believing the body may be her mother. Police hope the new information will generate new leads in the investigation.
It's very rewarding to know that I can bring closure to a family, but there's still, you want to go further with it.
Adams was from Letcher County. She was just 21 years old when she disappeared.
This morning, the city of Charlotte in North Carolina is under a state of emergency amid ongoing unrest following the fatal police shooting of Keith Lamont Scott. Anger over Scott's death fueled a second night of protests. At least 4 officers were injured, and several workers downtown were also hurt in the chaos. One protester was also shot. The National Guard has now been deployed to the city. They're trying to help restore the peace. Don Champion has the latest from Charlotte.
The chaos in Charlotte stretched well into the overnight hours as protesters faced off with heavily armed officers. Tear gas filled the air and at least one flashbang exploded as officers moved in to clear the streets. The scene played out as anger over the deadly police shooting of Keith Scott spilled onto the streets for a second night. Some demonstrators were arrested peacefully, but damage to businesses and stores in Charlotte's vibrant uptown area mounted. Windows were smashed, even at the Spectrum Sports Arena.
Justice justifies everything. If you give the black man justice in accordance to the laws of the land, there'd be no need for this.
At one point, a man was shot in the head by another civilian, drawing raw emotion from this protester.
We came out here for peace. This is not how we succeed. I was wiping off his blood. I was sitting right next to him. There was no life in his eyes.
Fueling the unrest, the different narratives of what led up to Keith Scott's death Tuesday.
I want people to know that we are going to make sure that our investigation is thorough and it's transparent.
Police say the 43-year-old ignored repeated demands to drop a gun when they confronted him at this apartment complex, but family members insist he was holding a book, not a weapon. Don Champion, CBS News, Charlotte.
And the North Carolina chapter of the NAACP is calling on authorities to release video of the tragedy as quickly as possible.
A federal grand jury has indicted 2 men in connection to a rash of overdoses in Montgomery County. Our news partners at the Lexington Herald-Leader say indictments against Robert Shields and Wesley Ham were returned. Both are charged with distributing heroin laced with fentanyl. At least a dozen people have overdosed in Mount Sterling. 1 person died. The men could face up to 30 years in prison if convicted. Well, earlier this week, we told you about reports of people dressed as creepy clowns being sighted along southern Kentucky roadways.
A lot of this going on. Those reports continue to come in and climb. And now one Kentucky police department is putting the pranksters on notice. WKYT's Garrett Weimer tells you this message being sent from a local police department.
They've been an unwelcome sight after the sun sets, like a scene from a horror movie, or worse, straight from someone's nightmare.
Are you scared of clowns?
Not really, but if I saw one, I don't think I'd feel very safe at this point.
Those creepy clowns crept into southern Kentucky and since have been spotted all over the state. Beth Lambert and her son were on their way home when they saw this clown along the road in Barberville. At the coffee shop where Lake and Dillingham works and around town, it's all been quite a topic of conversation.
And it kind of put me off, and then I'd heard a few people on campus talking about it, and it's pretty wild.
Barberville police say they've gotten several complaints of creepy clowns around town. They say they believe they're just pranksters and copycats, but still they want it to stop.
First of all, if you're doing it, there's no legitimate reason for it. You're creating a danger for yourself. You're kind of playing with fire.
Police say dressing up as a clown in and of itself is not against the law, but they say intentionally trying to scare people is where the problems start.
If it is creating a situation that's breaking the law, then you'll be charged for it and arrested.
The consensus? Folks here are ready for the not-so-funny business to stop.
Be a little bit smarter about what kind of a prank you're trying to pull or whatever the point is.
In Barberville, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
And police say it also creates a risk because investigating clown complaints takes resources away from other incidents. All right, check this out. Laurel County Jailer Jamie Mosley posted on his Facebook page that he found a teenager along a road in a clown costume. Mosley says he took the mask and warned the teenager about the danger he was creating for himself and others.
And that's a good point. It is a danger to yourself because someone's going to get hurt doing this. Someone's going to get spooked and they're going to get hurt.
So, there you go. Foolishness, I guess. 441 on WKYT this morning as we roll toward the 5 o'clock hour. And we're just getting started with the latest news.
Still to come, just how long should children suck their thumbs? We'll show you some tips to get them to give up the habit coming up on Moms Every Day.
Pretty much the same forecast for today and tomorrow, but the weekend, yes, there's a few changes than the past few days. I'll show you that coming up next.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
50s and 60s outside early this morning. If you enjoyed the past few mornings, then you're going to enjoy this morning. There is no change in the forecast for today. Like I said yesterday, it's just an easy forecast. I mean, we start off in the mornings with 50s and 60s. We go in toward the afternoon, still staying dry. There's no chance of rain, with temperatures right there around 89 degrees. Some will be right around 92, 90, 91. So we're going to be seeing some pretty warm conditions today, tomorrow, and maybe even now off into your weekend, because there are changes into your weekend from the past few days' forecasts. I'll show you that in just a few minutes. Off towards your evening, heading out to the ball fields looks pretty good. Speaking of ball fields, yeah, the high school football forecast looks much better than last week's, with no one seeing a chance of rain there on Friday. Everybody stays dry from start to finish. We go from 80 degrees to about 72 degrees, so this is a nice little drop. It'll actually feel quite nice once you hit the finish of the game. Not really cool. 72 is not so much cool, but it'll actually feel okay. So 89 today, 94 tomorrow. We're still in the mid to upper 80s on Saturday. Past few days, Saturday I've had the mid 80s. Sunday I actually had the upper 70s, lower 80s. But that is still changing because the front's slowing down. And if the front slows down, then we're talking about allowing all that warm air to stream on in. Out ahead of that, there's no cloud cover outside. There's no rain chances there. So there's nothing to really drop those temperatures. And it just allows those temperatures to rise. So that's what we're seeing there for the weekend. Rising temperatures from the past few days. And then the front starts to make its way through late into Monday, really off into Tuesday and Wednesday. That's the better opportunity for rain, not so much on Monday, but you can see those temperature differences. We're at 77 there on Tuesday, and then 70 degrees, a nice shot at colder, we'll call it colder air. It's 70 degrees there on Wednesday. You're talking 70 toward the afternoon. You're talking 48 overnight there on Wednesday morning. Now, obviously, this is 7 days out. You'll see this changing here and there, but we're still very confident we'll get a big blast of colder air toward next week, and it's coming. It's on its way.
I'm in a good mood today.
Yeah.
Just knowing that it's like coming up, it just makes me excited.
At
I
least
love
some
fall.
shots here and
Yeah.
there. It's pretty nice.
We like it when you're in a good mood.
It's good, isn't it?
440.
Safer for you two.
Yeah, that's right.
447 here in a minute on WKYT. Thumb sucking is a normal part of development for many babies and toddlers, but eventually they'll have to give it up, of course.
In today's Mom's Everyday Minute, here are some easy ways to make that transition.
Babies who suck their thumbs or fingers come off as simply adorable, but at some point, like when that child reaches 4 or 5, this habit can become a problem, leading to dental issues like overbites. And if you'd like to help your child break their thumb-sucking habit, here are some tips from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Praise and reward your child when she does not suck her thumb. Sticker charts and reminders are helpful. And find ways to keep his or her hands busy, as many children tend to suck their thumb when they're bored. And if you notice changes in your child's mouth or the way their teeth are lining up, talk with your pediatrician or see a pediatric dentist for interventions. Finally, explain to your child that you're trying to help them stop the habit, and if any of the methods make them afraid or tense, don't do them. Most kids stop sucking their fingers on their own before it becomes a problem. And be careful not to put too much pressure on them, which could do more harm than good. And there is some benefit to finger sucking. New evidence suggests kids who suck their thumbs or bite their nails are less likely to have allergies. And for more ways to make mom's life easier, visit momseveryday.com. For Moms Every Day, I'm Lauren Tremay.
For these tips and more, just go to WKYT.com and click on Moms Every Day.
All kinds of advice right there. And then, of course, the latest news and weather as well. Hey, and it's good to have you with us. Here we are Thursday morning, first day of fall on WKYT This Morning.
Still to come, lawmakers grill EpiPen CEO Heather Bresch about the rising cost of the EpiPens. Coming up, hear why she is standing by the price increase.
Welcome back in. Great to have you here on WKYT This Morning at 4:51. A Richmond man is facing charges after police say he threw homemade bombs at his landlord.
36-year-old Joshua Spivey is accused of throwing 2 Molotov cocktails at his landlord near his home on North Street on Monday morning. Police believe he was high and hadn't slept in a few days. They say the landlord wasn't injured, but the situation could have been a lot worse.
Could have burnt the whole building down. It could have burned her completely up as far as that goes. I mean, the injuries could be, it could cause death and unknown injuries. I mean, this is not something people should play with.
Spivey is now behind bars without bond. A Frankfort man remains in an induced coma at UK hospital after he was seriously injured in a fight near a college campus. The brawl happened in Bowling Green last weekend near Western Kentucky University. Corey Johnson was visiting a friend at the school. Police say he was attacked by several people near a fraternity house.
We have an update on the renovations taking place at the old Fayette Courthouse in downtown Lexington. The mayor's office says much of the work has now shifted to the outside. Scaffolding now surrounds the building. The old courthouse was built in 1898, and it will be turned into a multi-use facility with a restaurant and office space. The $30 million project is expected to be finished in the spring of 2018. Lawmakers grilled the head of the company that makes EpiPens about the aggressive price hikes that have outraged a lot of consumers. The CEO of Mylan Pharmaceutical Company testified before a House Oversight Committee to explain how the cost of life-saving allergy medicine grew to more than $600 for a 2-pack. Lawmakers pointed out as the price skyrocketed, so did the CEO's salary.
By last year, her compensation had soared to more than $18 million.
Mylan CEO said only a small minority of patients pay the full price, and the company's profit is just a fraction of that. Lawmakers are pushing the FDA to approve similar drugs from new competitors soon. Interesting topic there in D.C.
I've heard a lot of people say they can't afford them anymore. Exactly. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. And coming up next, we'll have a look at some of the stories our news team is working on for you this morning.
And we'll have another look at your morning forecast. Fall is here, everybody, coming up.
Good morning. It's 4:57, and we're glad you're with us here bright and early on a first day of fall.
I know. We're so excited. Just in a good mood.
It'll be a good season, right?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Well, now it's time to take a look at some of the stories we are working on for you this morning.
EKU sent out a campus alert early this morning warning people about shots being fired near campus. That alert has since been canceled. We'll have updated coverage all morning, bringing you the latest on that developing situation in Richmond this morning.
And as we mentioned, fall is here, but you wouldn't know it by stepping outside. So, Micah.
Right. Yeah, it's one of those mornings that it starts off really nice, and then afternoon, we're talking upper 80s to right around 90 degrees. There were a couple locations that actually reached 90 yesterday, and we'll do it again today and on your Friday, too. So the breakdown of the forecast is pretty much the same story for today. Have a great day if you're about to take off. If not, we still have 2 hours of WKYT news left over. We'd love to have you back here in a couple of minutes.